NBC Sports at Chicagoland Speedway with live coverage of NASCAR, the chase for the championship. And we have a new leader in today's race. Jeff Gordon backing up. He's already second. He's about to give that up to Greg Biffle.
He gave it up.
Trouble turn two. Two cars into the wall. Ryan Newman is one of them, and Kurt Busch is the other.
Ryan Newman, ninth place in the NASCAR Nextel Cup points. Can't afford this because he's got guys breathing down his neck.
Neither can he.
No, neither can he.
Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch is seventh in the championship. Some pretty heavy damage there, Dave.
Alan, on lap 15, Ryan reported in, the car feels squashy in the rear. I feel like I'm on top of the track. Maybe I have a right rear going down. We'll see what the replays show.
We see the left rear tire is flat, and there is the casing, the tread off the tire. So it just looks like right now, Dave, that maybe the left rear tire was flat. But we'll see.
He had lost about 3 positions in the last couple of laps before that. So he was obviously trying to feel that car out, and
we'll take a look and see what happens here.
Top right of the screen.
Yep.
He was under somebody.
Yep, he lost the left rear, and unfortunately, Kurt Busch was right there.
That's Kurt Busch cannot catch a break, but they hit these safer barriers, and both guys drive away.
Yeah. Amen, man. Those things are great.
This would be on board Scott Riggs.
Just keep an eye on the left rear. Well, maybe.
He just drives by him just before. And fortunately, this was just before the wreck.
And here come the leaders onto pit road as Ryan Newman turns into the garage behind the wall. Stops are going to come at lap number 19. Marty?
Elliott Sadler in 7th. Last second call to take 2 tires, just a little bit tight in the middle of the corner. He said the track is very slick. Half pound on the right front tire. Dave?
Ryan Vickers said the car's coming around just a little tight in traffic. Just give me 4 tires and fuel and send me on my way. Matt?
A 2-tire change for Tony Stewart. Tight at both ends of the racetrack. They made a wedge adjustment.
Casey Kane on pit road, 2 second-place finishes. Car so far so good to this point. Looking to gain positions, but a lot of guys passing him. Jeff Gordon said we're in real trouble, boys. This car is major loose. You'll have to tighten this sucker up. Air pressure, chassis adjustment for the 24 of Gordon.
And already we're seeing 2 tires, fuel, just trying to get that wonderful track position. Get in front. There's a 17 car coming out of no place up with the leaders.
So a number of guys get just right side tires. We'll recap the pit stops for you when we come back under the first caution of the Tropicana 400 after Ryan Newman got in trouble down in turns 1 and 2. Chicagoland Speedway, NBC Sports with live coverage of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series under caution after Kurt Busch and Ryan Newman got involved in a crash in turns 1 and 2. Here's an even better look to show you exactly what happened from Kurt's perspective.
You know, watch this from Kurt Busch, and Kurt's going to Monday morning this, and he's going to wish he did not get off the throttle. Watch right here, the 6 car goes high, and Kurt slowed down to run high. BP, I think he's going to wish he just stood on the gas. He may have cleared it.
You think he might have gotten by?
I think he might. And another thing is, I know Ryan Newman's going to be second-guess himself, because normally when you think you feel something wrong with the car, there's something wrong with the car. And drivers will second-guess themselves all the time, and when that happens, that's what happens to your car.
One of those racing sayings, vibrations don't fix themselves.
You feel something wrong, you know what? There's something wrong. You've been doing this a long time, you know better.
But you keep wishing and hoping for that caution flag, that slowdown period where you can come in and fix it. But normally, you cause the caution flag.
Or sometimes you think, maybe I just ran over some fluid, or maybe I got into some dirt. You're hoping it's not a tire going down.
So Ryan looks on as his crew attempts repairs to try and get him back out. Again, he's in the top 10 in the championship, but barely. He's 9th and doesn't want to get any farther outside of that group if he can help it in these final 9 races. They got some work to do to get that back in the race.
Absolutely.
How about the McDonald's Drive-Thru Pit Crew Championship fueled by Powerade? Michael Waltrip's team spent the least amount of time on pit road among eligible crews at Daytona last week. Their second $20,000 haul on the season. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team leads the standings for the season-long $200,000 chase. Always nice to see the guys who go over the wall get the recognition they deserve.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty close, too.
It is pretty close.
38 car Elliott Sadler's guys are right there.
I tell you, these pit crews, they They do a fantastic job changing these tires, putting in fuel.
They're a very, very important part of this championship deal. Believe me, without a good pit crew, you don't even have a shot.
Speaking of pit crews,
the 38 car just a moment ago, they changed 2 tires. Now the tire carrier, Kevin Hall, he runs into the other guy coming around to change tires. He can't get by, but they know the car's got to go, so they just jump. The front tire changer, Darrell Lockyer, he just kind of pushed him, threw him out of the way so that Elliott Sadler could leave.
Elliott Sadler lined up third for the restart. Let's meet the members of his team.
Todd Parrott, crew chief, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Kevin Hall, front carrier, Gloucester, Virginia.
Darrell Lockyer, front tire changer, Gore Hills, California.
Rodney Fetters, Jack Mann, Niagara Falls, New York.
Lance Hanna, rear tire carrier, Weatherford, Texas.
Dave Smith, rear changer, Millersville, Maryland.
Preston Cordell, gas man, Middleburg, Florida.
Jay Thompson, catch can, Omaha, Nebraska.
Phil Horton, pit crew coach, Lenore, North Carolina.
And they're from every place, aren't they?
And you and I can identify with that because when you and I are ahead of him in the buffet line,
we
that's what happens
jump
to
out
us.
the way.
He knocks us over.
Tony Stewart is the new race leader. Terry Labonte and P.J. Jones.
Uh-oh.
We got a car in trouble.
Brendan gone.
Hi, say hi.
Caution's out.
Yellow flag, guys.
Oil on the track. Caution's out, or suspected oil on the track.
Well, at this point in the race, they've got to stop and check it to make sure.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Brendan was running 20th on the restart. And that will be 2 of the 3 Penske cars in the garage with troubles early.
Yep.
So the second caution follows quickly on the heels of the first. It's Brendan Gaughan in trouble here at the Chicagoland Speedway. We'll be right back.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing from Chicagoland Speedway is brought to you by McDonald's, by Mobil 1, the official motor oil of NASCAR, by AOL 9.0, now with top speed technology, and by UPS, the official express delivery company of NASCAR. UPS, we want to race the truck. People love the truck.
75,000 plus on hand today at Chicagoland Speedway. Watching the pace car lead the field around. Second caution out. Brendan Gaughan in trouble. The earlier crash, Marty, is with one of its victims.
And that is Ryan Newman with his banged up race car, surveying the damage, helping where he can. What happened, Ryan?
Left rear tire went down. I kind of thought I had something going on, but at the beginning of a race, you just don't know if it's loose or what. And left rear tire went down, and that was pretty much it for the Automobile 1 Dodge.
All right, there you go. And last year's winner behind the wall here early as the work continues.
Let's look ahead from Kurt Busch's car at the incident.
On board with Kurt Busch, Mark Martin just gets by in the 6 car, and there we see the left rear. The cap comes off the tire, and Busch, as you said, slows down to let the 12 car go up.
I think that's what he was expecting, but if he would have stood on the gas, I think he made it just. But like I said, that's all Monday morning quarterback. I think Kurt will look at it and go, he'll go, oh man, I should have done that, but know where he could go.
So Kurt Busch and Ryan Newman and now Brendan Gaughan, all cars in the garage area being worked on early here at Chicagoland. Yesterday's NASCAR Busch Series race at Chicagoland, what a great finish. This is the white flag. Mike Wallace in the 4 is leading. He runs out of gas, and that's Justin Labonte, the 23-year-old son of Terry Labonte, who goes by, leads the final lap, and picks up his first NASCAR Busch Series win, and then does a dad imitation. Remember last fall at Darlington Raceway when Terry won the Southern 500? He pulled up onto the flag stand, got the starter to drop him the flag. He said, burnouts are for kids. I'm going to take a dignified victory lap. Justin did one just like old dad yesterday.
Looked awfully good.
And you know what we saw yesterday was that track position was important, but also we saw a lot of the 2-tire, 4-tire, a lot of the strategies played out and made a big difference in the outcome of that race yesterday.
Justin Labonte with his first NASCAR Busch Series win. Jason Keller, Jeff Burton, Casey Kane, and Ashton Lewis with top 5 finishes. Championship standings for the NASCAR Busch Series. It's close. 52 points. They head to Loudon, New Hampshire 1 week from Saturday. Craftsman Truck Series raced at Kentucky Motor Speedway last night. Bobby Hamilton dominated most of the night. On a couple of late cautions, Jack Sprague got by him, and then on a final green-white checker finish, Hamilton got back by Sprague to pick up the win. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series standings, Dennis Setzer leading a very tight championship fight for those drivers and teams. They race in the St. Louis area next weekend. We are under caution as cleanup continues from Brendan Gaughan's problem. Here it was a transmission failure. Tony Stewart is the race leader. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.